I wanted to show this cool underwater footage so that you can see exactly how much life is starting to show up under bridges. This is a bridge that's about a mile or so away from the Gulf. As you can see, most bridges have some rocks and a lot of rubble underneath them, and that attracts all types of life. You'll see a lot of different species. Obviously, a bunch of sheep's head are starting to show up, and we've been talking about that the past couple game plans. We also have a lot of grunts. There's a lot of mangrove snapper, and what was interesting, I was catching a bunch of grouper, but they're very camera shy. These fish are a little bit skittish with the camera, but it still got a lot of cool pics. Also got some fish striking a lure as well. The power prawn is what I was using and trying to get in front of the camera. And here you can see this little grouper. This is the first fish I caught with it. That red grouper, you can see at this point the power prawn junior just hit the bottom. It's checking it out. And as soon as I twitched it, you can see it go up, and the fish goes after it. It sucks it down, and then I feel it once it gets back down to the bottom, and fish on. Pretty cool that got it on camera. What was interesting is that the other fish really didn't spook off. They kind of just sat there and didn't really do anything differently. So again, it's just a great example is that once you're in a good spot, you can just have some baits down there and catch fish after fish after fish. And again, here's some just more footage, just trying to get some strikes on camera. This is actually a sheep's head. So this sheep's head gave it a close eye. It was this is the toughest of all to catch on artificial, and almost got one. It came up real close, examined it, and then realized something looked different. But if you want to get into some fun fish catching action over the holiday weekend, and you're taking some friends and family, maybe somebody a little bit newer to fishing, and you just want to get some action, fishing under bridges is a great option. As you can see, there's a lot of rubble down there in most cases. And when you find any areas with any sort of rubble, it's shocking how many fish are down there. And all of these fish will absolutely hit either live shrimp, even frozen shrimp. Just soak it on the bottom, get it down there in their face, let it sit for a while. You can see these fish move around. So they're down there constantly moving, looking for food. And if you have something natural down there, just make sure to use a very small hook, right? Especially these, if you're trying to maximize your catching, when you want to catch grunts and all sorts of smaller stuff, just make sure to use a hook size that can easily fit in their mouth. You might even want to go down to like a size 4, even smaller if you're going after the really small stuff. But again, great way to have a ton of fun. Also, great way to have some really tasty fish on the dinner table. A key for this type of fishing, though, is to use something that's weedless. So if you want to use shrimp, I'll put a link down below to the weedless shrimp rig. If you like lures, these lures work great. I've been catching an absolute ton of fish on the Power Prawn Junior rigged weedless. My favorite rigging for it is the Haas weedless football jig. The 1/2 ounce weight with a 3/0 hook fits perfectly and catches all types of species. And when you're doing this fishing, make sure to focus on the structure. You can see there's actually yellowtail in the background. That is awesome. I didn't notice that before, but you can see on the right is really the edge of the structure. So over the sand, there's really not much life. But then as the camera pans over to the left, look at all that fish. That's where we start having some grass. We start having a little bit more rocks a little bit further over to the left. So just make sure that, again, you're keeping your lures or your baits near the structure, and that's going to certainly maximize results. So hope you enjoyed this footage. Any questions at all, let me know. If you want to see more underwater footage like this, let me know as well. My goal is just get different species hitting on film to see exactly how they strike, exactly what generated the strike, so that we can just catch more fish and be more effective going forward. So any ideas on what to target, let me know down below. Otherwise, more underwater footage coming to you soon.